Huh. Well, you're right, Vector. That would be a good site for a mining outpost, but it's just too far away from the light support grid. We have to extend a long line for the work, and this line would be vulnerable to meteor strikes. So, keep working. We'll find a better site soon enough. So... Oh, hey there. I didn't see you there. Why are you here? Why is this a video? No, seriously. I didn't make any plans on filming anything. All the gameplay episodes are done, all 30 of them. And I haven't made any other plans, and I certainly haven't thought of any time to...
No!
Oh, well, now I'm even more confused. How? How and why are you here?
Because the video demanded it?
This is a different century and on a different planet.
My presence knows no bounds.
Hey, DBC, are you... Why are you staring at me like that?
Oh, you know.
Is this because I haven't done Testopia episode 6 yet?
Moo.
Oh, it is, isn't it? That's what this is all about.
Moo.
Okay, fine. Come with me then.
Yeah, let's do stuff.
Welcome back to Testopia. It's been a while. So, did you miss me? Yeah, I've been a bit busy with ruling a colony on Mars. Yeah, let's go with that. That's totally the only thing I've been busy with. Yeah. Not procrastinating or anything. No. Anyways, today we're going to talk about dungeons. Specifically, the two first prototype dungeons we made in Testopia. Now, Project Small Game is going to have 4 dungeons in the game. And so far we have 2 of them, so in that sense we could say we are 50% into the pre-production. Yeah, we're still far off from being ready to make the game itself. But we are getting there, slowly. So let's get into the middle of things here. Now, what you see here is the first of the 2 dungeons that were made so far. So, in this dungeon here, you're going to have to choose one of 2 characters to take into your party. And they are going to help you pass through this dungeon. The character you can choose between is the maid or the janitor. Now, the maid is able to teleport on different places on the map. As you can see, these gold plates here. Yeah, she teleports around. But she cannot, and well, the party in general cannot pass through this purple goo at all. Unless you choose to have the janitor in your team. The janitor cannot use the teleport pads, or the teleport plates, or whatever you're going to call them. He doesn't know what they are and cannot use them. What he can do is walk through the goo and let you know exactly how to safely walk through the goo. That's more understandable when we get into the gameplay of the Testopia story, which are just a test story, but it's funny regardless. So while the maid lets you teleport around on these plates, they are using very simple transfer player functions there. Just transfer player command call. And using a simple check on the actor, on having the maid in the party. So it's very basic. While the goo here, having a few event calls here. Well, these goo things, they do instead call event number 9, and I'm not quite sure why this one has a second page. It shouldn't need to, but that's just why. That's something that must have been remaining since testing. Anyways, this runs a call event. To recall an event that it has sitting up, not here, over here. Right, this one checks if the janitor is in the party, and if the janitor is in the party, it will give you a short dialogue and let you know that you can safely pass through the goo. Else, then, yeah, the game will let you know that you can't pass through the goo. And you may notice this event over here, that's the map intro. It just automatically runs when you enter the map. And it runs a short dialogue, depending on which character you have in your party. So that's, yeah, straight and simple. We're gonna go through a playthrough this a bit later. But for now, we wish to, talk about the second dungeon. Oh, this is the earliest concept made by TBC. He had the idea of having a ice cave, and yeah, I took that idea and improved upon it a little bit, making it a little less frozen. So, yeah, this is a little bit more complicated in the way the mechanics work. I actually had to make a entire new plugin for how this is going to work, because yeah, it's also assigned to swim in the water. So again, we are going to have to choose between two new characters to get into the party, and this time it's the choice between the Glacial Explorer or the Water Witch. Now, the Glacial Explorer, he likes to dig and walk around in ice. And for that, we have these little spots in the ice that there's apparently something hidden inside. And yeah, all of these events here, they're actually running a copy event. And that's a plugin that we got from Yanfly. And if you see in the event templates map over here, we have a few events stored. And yeah, it stores the ice spot event right here. So we have, yeah, using this to simply automatically copy paste events everywhere in a way that will let us correct it without having to copy paste all over again. It's pretty practical. And you may notice there was events in the water as well. Well, we've got an equivalent dive spot, which the Water Witch likes to explore. So we'll get to that in a second. So, you enter... well, the goal of this dungeon, just to mention it, is just pass through it. You need to get through the cave entrance over here to the exit over here. Simple enough. But as you may notice, there is no way to pass through here. So you need to find either the flooded tunnel or the ice tunnel, or as I call it internally, the ice path or the water path. Right. So among the ice spots, one of these is a different event. That will be this one. So this is the cave entrance, and yeah, it will only work if the Glacial Explorer is inside the party. And yeah, it digs it up and yeah, exposes an entrance. And when you go inside this entrance, it will actually split the party, which is a mechanic that we wish to have in the final game, which you are testing out right now. In fact, we already have a sort of party split already with the way we are doing, well, the difference between the live section and the story section, as we know from earlier episodes. But here we are doing a split inside the story. So, yeah, we're doing a split and then we're merging them back together later. So that's an experiment that we may or may not do in the final version of this dungeon. That will depend on where we are going with this. And yeah, this is how it looks when yeah, the entrance is fully open. And of course, the in the water is the equivalent. We have the dice spot copy event here, and the flooded cave entrance here. It's essentially the same mechanic, only, well, a different coat of paint on it. Bit of a big deal is, of course, that you have to actually swim in the water. Now, to do this, I actually had to make my own plugin to allow the party to actually swim in the water, since that's not a core supported mechanic in the RPG Maker. So, yeah. Not gonna go into too much detail on how I managed that, but essentially I borrowed the bit of code that allowed the ships to sail on the water. That's the vehicle mechanics. So I just borrowed a bit of code from that, and yeah, it's a bit more complicated than that, but that's the that's the general way I attack that problem. Alright, I should probably get to the ice path here. Right. So when your Glacier Explorer is going down here, he is not allowed to go back up to where the party is. He is forbidden to do so. You just get yelled to go back down because yeah, he's not exactly a willing member of the party. That's just the Testopia story that I made up. His job is to attach the rope to get back up. Yeah, this map is just compressed for the sake of test. Obviously, in the final version, that to be a lot different. And there's the exact equivalent in the water path. So, yeah, essentially the same map, just different style. Now the water path is supposed to be underwater, so I did some trickery to make sure that we got a different sprite when we get here. And you'll see that when we get to the the gameplay. Right. When and let's take this example here. When the water witch has gotten to this to this exit here and placed her little water trick here, then she will reunite with the party. Just running this test fully, just ending this test here to see if the party can split up and merge in a reliable way. So far in the test, it works fine. Right, and of course it's the same here in the ice path. The Glacier Explorer is merging back with the rest of the party. Right, I think that's all the details I can get into in the gameplay. I mean, in the behind the scenes before I go into the gameplay. So yeah, it's about time we get into the gameplay. I think I'm gonna leave that to TBC. He is itching after playing through the story here. Alright, go on. TBC? Hello? Over there?
And that's to be continued.